Family, was good? It's your boy Fit Like Chris once again with one of these incredible videos. Before we get into today's topic, if you would just go ahead and hit that subscribe button, share the channel with your friends, push me out to the algorithm. I'm putting a whole lot of love and effort into these videos, and I just want people to take something from it, feel me? With that being said, today we are going to talk about investing in yourself. Now, what inspired this was an email that I had sent out, and I was just particularly speaking about looking at yourself like you're the stock market. And you have your long-term plays, you have your short-term plays, but nonetheless, you will invest and you'll continuously invest in a certain set of stocks, bonds, whether it's an IRA, it really doesn't matter, but you're investing consistently into the stock or the growth of something. So why don't we do that to ourselves? Why don't we invest in ourselves as though we are the stock market? Understanding that no matter what, we're going to grow. It may take us 5-10 years, but you continue to place those deposits into the account of life, ultimately understanding that you're going to get to where you need to be. So it's funny, a lot of people think that investing in yourself means money or going to school and getting another pointless ass degree, just shit like that. And things like that, I'm not finna say that it's not investing in yourself to put money into yourself or put money into your growth or to go to school and get a degree. But what I'm saying is that the best degree that you can get is a master's degree out of the University of Life. You understand? So for all of the people, and I'm pretty sure like if you're watching this video, you have people in your family that feel like as soon as you finish high school, maybe you go to college or whatever, that your education stops. This is the biggest red flag that I look for in people, because if you feel like continued education after you've completed school is no longer needed, then I know that you've hit your ceiling. And I'm gonna be real with y'all. I would say 8 out of 10 people that I come across are not learning shit. They're not stretching their minds. And the funny thing is, you don't have to just learn topics like history and math and shit like that, or stocks and money. Nah. Learn another language. Learn about another culture. Maybe you pick up culinary skills and you learn how to cook. But people aren't out here learning. And when you don't learn, you cut yourself short. And life has all of these opportunities, but because you're not receptive to taking in new information, you miss out on these opportunities. And that just brings it right back around to us being a personal stock. You stop investing in your stock and the growth stops. And as a matter of fact, what you did invest in yourself previously, now the value is diminishing. Imagine if you would have invested $10 a day into your personal account of life and you didn't stop for 10 years, right? Well, let's just use a year as an example. You do it $10 every single day for a year. Do the math on that. But imagine you stop after a month. Do the math on that. We got to think about ourselves as compound interest. We got to understand life is going to be a whole lot of ups and downs. We're investing in ourselves. We are going to fall a whole lot more than we're going to stand tall. But that's what the stock market does. It's a bear and a bull. You feel me? So with that being said, I built out a list of ways to invest in yourself that you'll get the most return on that investment, okay? I want you to just take note of what I'm saying in this video, because maybe some of these you're already doing. And if you're already doing these, take that as confirmation to continue doing these things. And if you're not doing these things, then maybe take a look at this list and be like, all right, can I see myself adding this to my repertoire? Can I invest in myself like this? And if the answer is no, it's cool. You feel me? So with that being said, number 1 on the list of ways to invest in yourself is to practice self-respect. And the reason I put this at the top of the list is because when you do not respect yourself, that is the number 1 way to kill any progress or momentum. Imagine you have a new car. I like the new car example. You get a new car, and you don't want anyone in this car. I'm gonna use me as an example with this one. So I just got a Beamer about 2 months ago. My shit is hard. I'm not gonna lie. And ain't nobody allowed to eat in that car. That shit gets cleaned like 2-3 times a week. Ain't no feet on the seats. My kids, fuck out of here. We gonna take the family mobile like the Beamer is for me, right? I treat this new possession with the utmost respect. And I'm practicing keeping that level of respect for my car. I don't want it to fade just because I've had the car for 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 12 months. I don't want the respect to fade. And that's what happens to a lot of us. Maybe we just start to take ourselves or take our possessions for granted, and we no longer respect them the way that we did when we first received them. So did we ever respect them to begin with? That's a question we got to ask ourselves. And ask yourself this question when it comes to you, right? So practicing self-respect with yourself, maybe it's controlling what you're putting in your fucking mouth, and you're not eating Cheetos. Maybe instead of the Cheetos, you eat the fruit salad. Maybe you're drinking more water. And you're not just doing these things for a week or 2 weeks at a time. Nah, like this is a lifelong deal. This is number one on the list because whatever respect is to you in this current moment, the odds are it's never going to go away. So maybe you have a certain amount of water that you want to drink each and every single day. Is that going to stop in 10 years? Why would you stop wanting to drink that much water in 10 years? Unless the water supply is tainted and now it has, a disease in it. But why would you want to drink less water? You wouldn't, right? You would still want to get your water intake in. So look at respect like that. Look at just every aspect, every component of your life. Me personally, I like to write just to kind of get my thoughts on paper so I don't have mental clutter. I understand that me with a clear mind is able to articulate these messages a whole lot better to you. But if my mind was all over the place and I'm focused on, everything else out there, then I'm not going to be able to get my message across clearly to you. It's not going to have the same effect. So practice self-respect. Self-respect is also saying no to the things that, go against your level of self-respect. If maybe you're working towards getting a certain amount of sleep each night, but, the homies want to go out and it's Thursday night and you still got to work in the AM. You got to hit the gym before work. Maybe you working on that business and shit, and homies want to go to Thirsty Thursday. Are you going to compromise your level of self-respect to make them happy? I've done that in the past. I did that shit. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I've definitely done that shit. Just saying yes to other people to, please them and putting myself on the back burner. And it may not eat you up initially, but it's gonna make its way around calm as a motherfucker. Say no. And that leads into point number 2 of ways to invest in yourself is just saying no to your bad habits. Saying no to your bad habits is important because we all have that dark side. We got that part of us that we don't really want to share it with the world, and it comes out at certain moments, or it comes out when we want it to come out, or sometimes it may consume us. Maybe you're a person that just has a certain level of anger inside of you, and when someone pushes the right buttons, that anger comes to the surface and you succumb to it and you go on this rampage, and maybe you're breaking shit and you're damaging your relationships. And when you cool off, you look around and realize, oh, you fucked everything up. It's because you didn't say no to that bad habit. You didn't say no to that bad habit and you allowed it to consume you. And when your bad habits consume you, all of your hard work, it doesn't matter. Say no to your bad habits. Feed the good ones and starve the bad ones. And you don't have to live a square life. You could still live an incredible, happy, fulfilling life while you're saying no to your bad habits. Just put them motherfuckers on a leash. Put them on a leash because you ain't missing out on nothing. Number 3 on the list is to challenge your limits. So this is a cool one, challenging your limits. I love this book. It's my favorite book of all time. It is The Way of the Superior Man by David Deida. And the book basically is about how to be a better man than you are. And it's also a great read for women too, so check that one out. But he speaks about finding your edge in life and leaning just beyond your edge. For example, if I know that I've been dropping one YouTube video per week and I'm doing it consistently and it's easy to me and I'm dropping it like clockwork, maybe I should up it to 2 or 3. And I should find the number at which, I can almost not complete what I'm completing. If I tried to put any more on my plate, I would begin to falter. That's my edge. You want to live at your edge in life because this keeps your momentum going forward. It keeps you present. And I think this is why a lot of people get into, what is it called? Like high extreme shit, activities like skydiving and roller coasters, and they're adrenaline junkies because they want to feel like they're living at their edge. They want to feel that edge to life. So just challenge your limits, see how you're living your life, look at where you can improve, and then really take some time to think how specifically you can improve in that area. And it's okay to have great aspirations. Maybe you want to go from 1 YouTube video to 5 in a week. Dope. But maybe we find that edge, we find that limit, and we start by posting 3. And if we could post 3 in a week, then we move it up to that 5. You feel me? Because you don't want to ruin your self-confidence by pushing past your edge, and now you've, put way too much on your plate, and you don't have any more space. Number 4 on the list is to learn a new skill and implement it as soon as possible. So, quick story. I did not know how to edit. I didn't know how to mix my music. So I make music and I was just rapping. And at the time I had my job, this is during the pandemic, I had my job and it was $65 an hour at the studio I was going to. I'm like, fuck, that shit is pricey, but I didn't know how to record my music, right? So let me tell you what I did. I purchased a microphone. It's actually right here. I purchased this microphone. It's an AKG C214. It's a $500 mic. I purchased that. I purchased my Scarlett interface. I purchased my mic stand, everything that I needed to record and mix my music, right? And what did I do? I paid the $65 an hour and still went to the damn studio. You feel me? Because, bruh, I don't know how to mix myself. And I opened the door, but I didn't go through the door. Now, lucky me, I had it. I had the equipment. So when I finally came around to it, I was ready. And as soon as I learned the skill, like, okay, this is how you EQ, I could literally put it into action. What you want to do is you want to decrease the amount of time that it takes for you to put to use the information that you get. Because when you get information or you get knowledge, it's only as good as it is when it's in motion. If you know the things that you need to do to touch your first $1 million, but you don't put them into use, then that information is pointless. So decrease the amount of time it takes for you to implement. Learn as much as you can, implement 10 times more. Learn, implement, learn, implement, learn, implement. There's people out here living 10 times the life as you because you haven't implemented the knowledge or information or skills that you have acquired, okay? If this one is not in your repertoire, make it a mandatory. Have a bias to action and just do that shit, yo, I'm telling you. And last on the list, gang, is to wake up before the sun. This one, I'm looking outside as we speak. The time is 7:49 in the evening. I know that in less than 12 hours, I'm going to be awake. I'm going to have shot more of these videos. I'm going to have structured my email lists. I'm going to have done so much work before the sun even comes up, yo. The reason that I say wake up before the sun is because it gives you this sense of pride that I really can't put it into words. When you wake up and the sun is still down, it's like the quiet hour. Just spiritually, it's just a whole lot more quiet. You know, maybe you take a walk tonight if you live in the burbs or whatever. Go on a walk at like 10:30, 11 o'clock. And yeah, it might be quiet outside, but it's not as quiet as it is at 5 or 6 a.m. That's a different kind of quiet. Spiritually, it's just more quiet outside. And when you don't have all of the noise and all of that traffic around you, your mind is able to function way more efficiently. You don't have all of the unnecessary thoughts going on in your mind, and you can just be a whole lot more productive. Waking up before the sun allows for you to get so much done before the distractions come in. And even more importantly, waking up before the sun, it controls your evenings because you're not up late just wasting your time. Tell me what productivity is happening 9 out of 10 times if you're up at 11 o'clock. And I'm not a square. Like, I'm not a square. You know, I get it popping. I go out, I do my thing, I have a great time. But, you know, on a day-to-day, it's like, what are you doing at 11 o'clock if you're in the crib? Besides watching Netflix, playing the game, jerking off, you ain't really doing nothing. You feel me? So maybe take that time to get you some rest because you got to wake up and you got things to do in the morning. You wake up and you get those things done. You have a really, really clear state of mind, and you've poured into your cup before you've poured into the cups of whether it's your job or other people or just all the distractions out here. You've already filled your cup up. You feel me? So wake up before the sun. Before we get out of here, I just want to summarize that list one more time. We had number 1, which is practice self-respect. Number 2, which was say no to your bad habits. Number 3 was to challenge your limits. Number 4, learn a new skill and implement it as soon as possible. And last but not least, number 5 was wake up before the sun. Yo, if these things are not in the repertoire, at least take one of them. You could take one thing off of this list and change your entire life. So I'm your boy Fit Like Chris. I really hope you found some value in this video. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with someone that needs it. I'm a real motherfucker, you feel me? And I want the whole world to know. So yeah, man, send me out and see ya.